Everyone online is screaming housing crash here in Northern Virginia, but the truth is the data tells a totally different story. And yes, new tariffs and changes to the federal workplace are shaking things up. And here's the thing, while inventory is rising, we are still at historically low levels here in Northern Virginia. So I'm going to talk about how this might be a great window for you, whether you're thinking about buying or selling a home. Let's get into the video. All right, so unless you have been living under a rock, you know the Trump administration rolled out some new tariffs on April 2nd, and it triggered a ripple effect across builders here in Northern Virginia, and a lot are already feeling the pressure. Tariffs on international materials up to 50% in some cases have raised costs on lumber, steel, and aluminum and concrete. Canadian lumber alone still carries a 10% tariff. The National Association of Home Builders projects that houses are already seeing an increased cost of $9,200, and they may go up to $25,000 if all the tariffs go into effect for brand new houses. And it's not a hypothetical either. Builders in our region are already doing some things. I am seeing an uncertainty premium going into some of their bids, knowing prices could swing even more. Here's the unexpected twist. Right after the announcement, mortgage rates actually dropped. Rates dipped to 6.63%, the lowest they have been since October 2024, thanks to a bond market rally that triggered investors' fears. But here's the warning. If inflation picks up due to higher construction costs, rates could climb again. So buyers have a rare opportunity here in Northern Virginia. Locking in now could save you thousands, especially since that average mortgage payment here in Northern Virginia is around $3,000 a month. Now, one thing we got to talk about, right, is the federal workforce here in Northern Virginia. I actually say don't believe the hype. When it first came out that a lot of people were coming and you had Elon Musk with the chainsaw and all that over at National Harbor, there was definitely a lot of fear. And I'm sure some people really have lost their jobs, which is really unfortunate. And you've probably seen a lot of viral posts flooding the market around here in Arlington and Falls Church, but honestly, a lot of those maps were fake. Bright MLS here in our market actually had to issue a press release going how these tables were fake and they have no idea where they came from. Yes, the federal workforce is shrinking slightly, but it's a small shift. About 200,000 of the 2.3 million civilian workers. In fact, federal employees make up just 9% of Northern Virginia's workforce. Return to office mandates are creating some movement, but the data just doesn't show a crash yet from what I'm seeing. Listen to some of these numbers, right? In Arlington, March pendings were down just 1.7%. So you would think a lot of these announcements came in January and February, and Arlington sales are only down 1.7%, while new listings did jump 18% year over year. Now, one of the things I think you're going to say is, Chris, well, wait a minute, there's 18% more houses on the market. We actually need that because a lot of people have been sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what happens, but a lot of people are now putting their houses on the market, which is helping a lot more buyers go out and find a house. Let's talk about Fairfax County, right? Sales are actually up 5.8% year over year, and new listings did rise 25%. So there is a lot more people moving, whether it's federal workforce or maybe death, divorce, all that, etc. So a lot more listings are hitting the market. So here's the thing, right? The sky is not falling here in Northern Virginia, but it's definitely reshuffling. So what is the market actually doing right now? Let's talk about March 2025, last month at the time of this video. If you talk about the Washington, D.C. metro, which is going to be parts of Maryland, Washington, D.C., Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, Loudoun County, they had 5,925 new listings, up 19.2% year over year, and active listings jumped nearly 47%. So a lot more houses are hitting the market. Pending sales rose 3.2%, but the median price hit an all-time high of $625,000. That's up 4.2% year over year. That's still a positive since all the changes from 2023. Medium days on the market, here's the crazy thing, is only 8 days for sale. So some markets like Florida, Austin, Texas, parts of California are seeing months for houses to sell, but our area, the medium days on market is only 8 days. Now, if you talk about like North Central Virginia, that's going to be places like Prince William, Fauquier, Winchester area, Front Royal, even like Stafford. New listings are up 18% from year over year. Median home price rose to $495,000, up 3%, which 3% a year in appreciation is actually a normal market. And that is also a record high for the North Central region of Virginia or Northern Virginia. Days on market is up to 12 days on average, which is actually a record low as well. Prince William County, the median price has been stuck at about $550,000, and houses are going on under contract on average in like 7 days. I'm seeing some houses fly off the shelf. Places like Haymarket, Gainesville, Manassas, Woodbridge was actually named by Travel and Leisure magazine the fastest growing suburb in all of the United States. So we are seeing a lot of houses still fly off the shelves here. So yeah, the market is definitely busy, a lot of changes, but I don't think it's the way that the headlines are suggesting for sure. So what should you do if you're thinking about buying, selling, or maybe you're an investor, right? If you're a buyer, this is your shot, I think, to take advantage of better rates. The company that I'm with, Place, we're partially owned by Goldman Sachs. They don't see the rates anytime soon getting below a 6% or something like that. Inventory is creeping up a little bit better. You can definitely start to find some deals. We're working with new home builders as well that will also give you some rate incentives, things like that. But you got to think about it. Loudoun and Fairfax homes move really fast. I mean, you're talking medium for sale prices of around 750,000 to 810,000, and there still is a huge lack of inventory in those counties for sure, right? If you're a seller, pricing right is going to be key. One of the things that I tell people in Northern Virginia do not want to do any work. If your house needs some work, we can bring in a contractor to help you. And I even have contractors that will get paid after the house goes to closing. So keep that in mind. You do not want to overprice it. And homes in Fairfax and Loudoun are selling within 5 days. They are going really quick. But usually what I do is I come out with the comps, I take a look at your house, see what I think it would sell for in this market. If you needed to do any work, help you work on timing and all that, and just make sure that we price it right. Or maybe we even get it bid up, what happens all the time. If you're an investor, rental prices are really strong. I have someone in my staff who's looking for a rental. They cannot find one at all. But you got to imagine, right? Like the prices are still way up there. Some of the places that I would consider if I was an investor would be Winchester, maybe Stafford County, Front Royal for sure, where you can get a better bang for your buck on a single family. I also like townhomes when it comes to rental properties because there's a lot less maintenance. Just keep in mind on a townhome, you're probably going to be doing a lot of HVAC work all the time. So here's the takeaway, right? It is the market crashing right now. I am not seeing any signs like that. We all know that this administration can kind of throw a loop into this, into the thick of things every different week, right? So it can change at time to time. Here's what I always tell people. If you're thinking about buying a place to live for several years and make it your home, that's great. If you're coming to think you're going to flip a house and maybe sell within 1 or 2 years, I probably would not buy a home. We are seeing houses move, but they certainly need to be showing well and get all the correct things done. Like I said, we can come out and help you with that. If you are thinking about buying, email me anytime, info@colganteam.com. You can text me at the number below. We would love to be your agent of choice, and we get a strong social media presence. If you're thinking about selling, 12 million people a month in the Mid-Atlantic watch our Instagram and our YouTube, so we can definitely get your house out there. And if you are looking to buy a home, we work with the best lenders and we can get you a good rate. So guys, you better hit that subscribe button and comment where you are watching from.